Oh, hello, one and all. Welcome to Superhero Chronicles, and welcome to X-Men Origins Wolverine, the final movie to review in the X-Men film franchise. As we had to do with the Last Stand, I'm going to do a positives and negatives. Tell you the things that I liked, tell you the things I didn't like about gem. This gem. Anyway, things I liked. Like Lee Schreiber as Sabretooth. I thought he was a great Sabretooth. I loved his intensity. Um, when I first saw it, I wasn't so crazy about like the way he looked, but after a while it grew on me. So I was like, okay, I'm digging the look. I'm digging it. Uh, I don't know, like his long bag lady nails, as said by Wade Wilson in the movie. They're still like, I can do without that. But for the most part, like Sabretooth's look in the movie is passable. Tyler Ketch, I like his little role. I like his little cameo as Gambit. I thought he was pretty good. Um, Personality down pat. The way he moved around with the patented Gambit stick was pretty good. The way he had the motions with the cards was good. So yeah, Tyler Ketch's Gambit was okay. It was solid. Kevin Durant as the Blob is hilarious. Kevin Durant is awesome as Blob. I love him as Blob. He was so fucking hilarious. Like he had some fucking awesome lines. There was one. There was like the first scene he's in. Wade and Wolverine look at Blob and they have like this little short exchange where like Wade's like, Fred got a new tattoo. I'm concerned. Wolverine's like, Jesus, Fred, you just met her last night. And Fred's just so calm, just says, I love her. And Wolverine's like, after one night. And the response was, she's a gymnast. Hilarious. Love it. And there's also like a cool scene where this is before the Blob became the Blob. He was like this big jacked up guy. I guess he has impermeable skin. Anyway, like he takes his fist, punches a tank, like where the missile comes out, and he's so strong, so thick, and his skin's so thick that when the tank fires, it doesn't get can't get past his fist, and the whole tank blows up from the inside. And it was great. And then when you see him as the actual Blob in the fat suit and everything, it looks pretty good. For the most part, it looks pretty good. I like the practical effect of it. And I genuinely love the scene where Wolverine's like, "Come on, bub, for all time's sake," and Fred mistakes it as him saying "blob" and just fucking railroads him, and Wolverine goes flying like 30 feet backwards. It's like hilarious. That whole little gym scene with Wolverine and Blob when they're fighting in the ring. That whole scene is a golden nugget. I love it. I love it. I think it's one of the best scenes in the movie. Generally, one of the best scenes in the movie. Uh, what else? Um, Danny Houston, a striker. I love Danny Houston as striker. I thought he was awesome. He captured the spirit of Brian Cox, but he did like a younger version of it, but still put his own spin on it. And you can tell Danny Houston understood the character better than the script itself understood the character. And that's a problem. If you have an actor that knows what the character is supposed to be, but your script isn't doing it, it's disjointed because it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a symbiote. It's supposed to be like the script and the actor should work together as one, not the actor overshadow the script. That's where the movie becomes. That's where your movie will get disjointed. And believe me, this movie is disjointed. Don't let these positive remarks think this is the greatest thing because it's not. Uh, so for the positives, the negatives. Oh, there are a slew of negative. Too many mutants are used in this movie. Too many to count, and for the most part, they serve no purpose. Will I Am's character didn't really serve like a minor purpose, but not really. Dominic Monaghan plays this guy called Bradley, who's actually like a cool character, but really didn't serve any purpose. He was just there. Uh, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Before Ryan Reynolds actually had the chance to be glorified as Deadpool, this movie gave us the poor excuse of a Deadpool, where like they cock tease you with the first 10 minutes, and you see Ryan Reynolds doing the one-liners and everything, and then you get to the end, and his mouth is all stitched up, and it's like, what is this shit? He has katanas coming out of his arms. It looks fucking retarded. It's so stupid. I think Deadpool. That's trash. So yeah, Deadpool in this movie, 0 out of 10. Epic fail. Ryan Reynolds before this, 10 out of 10. Uh, oh yeah, a lot of the fights with Wolverine and Sabretooth, they get really repetitive. Because a lot, I heard one review from the Geek Evolution, Captain Logan, pretty much had the same thing. Pretty much every scene involving Wolverine and Sabretooth is just them running at each other and stabbing each other, and that's it. There's no fresh dynamic to it at all. So it's repetitive and it gets boring. And you just after a while you're just like, oh my god, enough is enough. I had enough of this. Move on. Do something different with the fights. Uh, the Endgame fight when Wolverine and Sabretooth actually team up against Deadpool, or should I say, Deadpool, is it's mediocre. It ain't bad, but it ain't horrible. It's just like any other comic book movie fight. So it's like nothing really to see there. It's not, to tell you the truth, it's not really all that exciting anyway. It's just like, okay. And then the way Wolverine loses his memory was so flippin' stupid. Because like the only way to him to lose his memory if he gets shot with an adamantium bullet, and it just like, ugh, I don't get it. And Stryker's whole reasoning for giving Wolverine the adamantium skeleton didn't really make any sense. Because I don't even know why he gave him a skeleton. The adamantium skeleton made him indestructible. I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell this movie is trying to do. Another negative, you have the opportunity to do the origin of how how Logan became Weapon X, and how he embraced that animal side and went berserk on everyone. And you know what? And like when he first gets injected with the adamantium, and you see him rise out of the tub with his adamantium claws popping out. It's a cool image. It's a genuine cool image seeing like that berserker rage Wolverine for those brief 30 seconds. And then 1 minute later, he's chilling with an old couple, having dinner, smiling and cracking jokes. Berserker rage. Yeah, this movie. Oh, hold on one second. There is one thing I also want to mention: the opening credits. Not the prologue. The prologue is whatever. But I'm talking about the actual opening credits when you see like Wolverine and Sabretooth, you see them fight in like from like the Civil War to the Vietnam War, and it shows and it shows you fighting it shows them fighting in those wars, and that's pretty cool seeing that. It's kind of like an unofficial tribute to when Wolverine and Captain America did the team up during World War II. But like when I say it's a subtle tribute, meaning you're seeing Wolverine like in different eras and different respective eras fighting different and respective wars is the comparison that I'm loosely trying to make. Hopefully it makes sense. Uh, but yeah, like I said, the movie's main problem is that it's trying too hard, but it's at the same man, it's trying too hard. The cast is trying to get it. The cast is like doing their best with the material they work, but the movie's trying too hard that it is ultimately failing because like it's rushing a lot of points, but at the same time, it's not giving you a whole lot to work with because you got a flimsy story. You have a disjointed script that looks like it was just rushed together just to get a movie out. Um, you took like you took an interesting backstory in Wolverine. You gave him a kind of a lackluster backstory where you make Sabretooth his like half brother, and you rush through his like adamantium. You rush through like the process where he gets the adamantium and goes all berserker rage. Like that stuff doesn't even. That's not the focus of the movie because like 5 minutes later, like I said, he's like back to being regular old Logan. He's not that animal Logan. And throughout the entire movie, like they keep saying, you keep saying he's not an animal. He's not an animal. And yet Logan keeps saying, I'm going to embrace the animal. I'm going to embrace the animal. None of that shit ever happens. And that's why this movie's a fail to me. Because you don't see Wolverine become Wolverine. You just see who he was in like the previous movies. Just like normal guy. And that sucks. Because you had the opportunity to actually like see exactly what happened to Wolverine and all the trauma and despair this man went through, and you look at it and you see what they give you, and you're like, meh, could have been better. And that's the reaction for this movie. It's like, meh, could have been better. Overall, I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. It's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just disappointment, but it does have some good stuff in it. It's not a piece of crap. It's just an overall disjointed mess, but it is fun to watch. And it's even more fun to watch if you're going to get shit-faced. Then it'll be even better to watch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an exhausting process, but the X-Men film franchise has finally been reviewed. And now, in March, we can start anew when Logan comes out, which I'm very excited for. It's not for another couple of months, but I'm already hyped. I'm talking about it now because I think it's going to be very good. It's Logan's last. It's Hugh Jackman. Sorry, Hugh Jackman's final portrayal as Logan, and the trailer looks damn good. And Patrick Stewart's Professor X is going to be in it, and someone is going to die, and I hope it's both of them, and I hope they die in really good ways because I think it's time to move away from Wolverine. It's time to put focus on other characters, like put more focus on a Deadpool. Finally give Cyclops a time to shine, and time to bring in New Mutants and everything. And hell, bring in Gambit if that movie ever decides to get made. Who the hell knows? But anyway, the X-Men film franchise has now been reviewed. I am AJ Legend. This has been the Superhero Chronicles, and I'll see you again next time for more.